This will be Sidney Crosby's 21st season in the NHL. He's entering the first year of a 2-year, $17.4 million deal. And Monday, he confirmed that he is in Pittsburgh for the long haul.
There's a lot of narratives out there, and I don't think a lot of those have come from me. So, you know, this is where I want to be. I love it here, and you know, I can't keep having to answer the same question over again because these narratives. You know, like, if people want to write about that or say that, that's fine. But you know, I can't really control that. Obviously, when you lose and when there's certain things that happen, I think it's normal for that stuff to come up. But you know, that's how I feel.
Sid literally never ages, it seems. Time to walk over to the other side of the expansive Studio 9 for the season debut of one of our favorites. It's Bruce Boudreau, former NHL coach, current NHL analyst. Bruce, how was your summer, my friend?
Well, you know what? The one thing, my summer's been great.
Yeah.
But I don't use enough sunscreen. As you can tell, my face, I look like St. Nick here. Like I looked at myself in the mirror and went, holy geez, how red can you be?
Were you out golfing a lot?
Well, the Leaf golf tournament today was on, so
yep.
all the Leafs and alumni were there, and it it was great. Don't
yep.
get me wrong, and it was one of those beautiful summer days. But I mean, I just kept pouring on the sunscreen, but my face kept burning up. And when it's as big as my face is, it's the first thing that the sun sees.
You need like a guy with an umbrella following you around at all times.
Yes, but I'll refuse to do that.
Okay, we'll see if we can get Hound Dog, our stats guy, to do that for you next time.
But my summer was great.
That's good to hear.
To answer your question.
Love it.
Did a lot of roaming around and golfing, but I mean, hockey's never too far out of the picture. Everybody you talk to, what's going on here, you know, they think you know everything and you don't know anything. Nobody tells you anything anyway. Yep. So it's been great.
I love it. And we just heard from Sidney Crosby, and I'm not too surprised that he finally is getting a little tired of these questions about moving on from Pittsburgh, when in the end, he clearly has never wanted to leave at any point.
Never. I mean, he is the guy in Pittsburgh. You know, I mean, it's amazing how many people know him and think of him. And the Steelers and everybody else have had great people in Pittsburgh. Maybe not the Pirates lately, but Sidney Crosby is easily, to me, the most popular player that's been there, you know, for a generation.
Talk about the fact that, you know, you coached Alex Ovechkin for so long. Could you even imagine either of those players playing for different franchises?
I can't. I mean, I know Alex for sure, I think, is going to die a cap. And sometimes I could see how people on the outside, where they look at Sid and they say, he's so competitive.
Yeah.
And he knows, unfortunately, that Pittsburgh's not going to be good. And would he want to move on, a la Ray Bourque, who's always known as a Bruin, but did go to Colorado for 2 years. But, I mean, you heard him, and that's the first time I've heard him actually speak out and say, forget it, boys. Don't talk to me.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be a Penguin for life. And I mean, I know he's earned the right to be wherever he wants to be. And he still plays at such a high level that he's not faltering. So I wish him well. I mean, he's got 2 years. He's going to play one more year than Alex, if this is Alex's last year. So, I'd like to see them both going out at the same time if they could.
It would be an amazing thing. You brought up Ray Bourque. The big difference there was that he was still chasing a cup when he went to Colorado. Alex and Sid have their cups.
Yeah.
You know, so I understand the outside pressure to say, well, why wouldn't they want to win? Well, they've already won, so why can't they just stay where they want to stay?
Yeah, and who says they don't want to win?
Right.
I guarantee. I know Alex a lot better than Sid, but Alex just burns with wanting to win. Everything he does is about winning. And I would think Sidney is the exact same way, or he wouldn't train, which is his training methods are famous, of where he goes in different parts of the country to train. And I mean, he wouldn't do it if he just didn't want to win and be the best all the time. So I mean, he can hope to be the best. And you know, the one great thing I love about Sid, and I'm not supposed to say that if you're a Cap, but I mean,
fair.
it's and he's done it from Gensel to Rust to everybody in between. If you're a young kid, he's not one of the guys that say, don't put him on my line.
Yeah.
He's the guy that says, put him on my line, I'll make him better.
Yeah.
And they become great players. And whereas some guys say, well, listen, he's not capable of playing with me. So, I mean, that's one thing I've admired him from the start.
I love that you said that. That's a great point. As you mentioned, you were at that Leafs golf tournament on Monday. Some of the new faces that have joined the team in the offseason had a chance to speak about joining the team. First of all, let's take a listen to that.
It'll be different for sure. Big market, Canada. I mean, it's always nice to have a little pressure. That's what you play for. So it'll be different, but I'll enjoy it for sure. You saw what the team did in the playoffs last year. We're the toughest matchup to Florida, so good to be part of this group.
I like to really bring it all. I can bring, physicality. I also think I have a good scoring touch and just, a good team guy that can play, anywhere in the lineup and on the PK.
Who's impressing you at those skates so far, your new teammates?
Morgan Riley's been buzzing in those skates. I feel like, I guess I wasn't there before. I've seen him play against him, but he's been in really good shape. But a lot of guys have been looking really good.
We saw Dakota Joshua. You'd
Yep.
be uniquely qualified to speak about what he might bring
Well,
to
he
the
looks
team.
in great shape, too. I mean, he was just catching his stride because he was a late bloomer. He was 26 when he got to the NHL. But I think he's going to be a really good addition to the Leafs. I think they're going to be playing a different game because Nicholas Waugh is a big man.
Yeah.
And Dakota Joshua is a big guy, and Matthew Nyes is a big guy. So I think they're going to be like more of a physical, tougher team to play against. So it's going to be interesting.
Of course, everyone will ask, you can add as many players as you want. You didn't add a 100-point winger. That guy left for Las Vegas. So have they added enough in your mind, the Leafs, to overcome what they're going to lose offensively?
That's the difficult question. I mean, if they play a little different, they all understand.
Yep.
I mean, I think Austin Matthews is going to do whatever. He looked in incredibly good shape. So, I mean, when I saw him today.
Yeah.
And so I think he's going to have a bounce back year after what is somewhat, for him, not great year. But you are going to miss the scoring of Mitch Marner. Nicholas Waugh is good. Dakota Joshua is good. They're not Mitch Marner.
Yeah.
And Mitch is the number one guy, was on the penalty kill. He was the number one guy in the power play. If you pulled the goalie, he was the number one guy out there. He was in every situation. And he didn't have the greatest playoffs in the world, but for the regular season, they're going to miss his overall talent because I thought he was one of the best.
It's going to be really interesting to watch. Another golf tournament that took place Monday was in Winnipeg, and Josh Morrissey had a chance to speak about the addition of Winnipeg native Jonathan Toews. Take a listen.
Obviously, I've played against him a lot and know a little bit about his story, but pretty amazing that he's feeling great. That's first and foremost, and then looks great on the ice. So I think just what he can bring into the locker room as a 3-time Stanley Cup champion, multi-Olympic gold, I mean, the list goes on and on. Captain for how long he was. Pretty impressive resume. And so I think just the fact that he's feeling good and coming in, it's exciting for us to add a player like that with that kind of experience, leadership, and ability.
Just one of the coolest stories of the season, for sure.
And it's going to be a good story, I think, for him. Like, I mean, I don't think he would have come back just to come back. Like, I mean, his legacy is too good of what he was in Chicago. I think, he's 36 or 37 years old now, but I think he's going to be a perfect number 2 center in Winnipeg. And so I think he's not going to, put 90, 100 points up there, but he's going to be a 60-point guy that's going to really fill in behind Scheifele and in front of Lowry. And it's going to be it's a freebie for Winnipeg.
Absolutely. And just the presence in the dressing room, right?
Exactly. Like, I mean, when you play against them, I remember, like, we were in the conference finals against them, and you'd sit back there and you go, he doesn't look like anything. Then the next thing you know, he ties it up at the end of the game, and they win in overtime because he does something, and it's just that presence. But he's always in the right position. You've seen players in the past that are always in the right position, and you don't think they're doing anything, but you like. Bergeron in Boston wasn't overly quick or anything else, but every time you looked up, he was in your face. So I think he's going to be a great acquisition for Winnipeg, and I don't know if the league really realizes how good a deal they got with him. It's
just a terrific story. We're hoping this next subject is a terrific story because Elias Pettersson, I got to ask you about EP40, spoke during the Canucks golf tournament. Got married in the offseason, put on 13 pounds of weight. Bruce put on 13 pounds of muscle. He said he had a great summer of training. Is there any player in the National Hockey League that has more pressure on him this year than Elias Pettersson?
No, but here's the thing, I think, pointing at you. He wants the pressure. Right. Like the first day I met him in practice, he said he wanted to be the guy. He wanted to go against McDavid. He wants people to, he wants to feel so important. And that's, I think, sometimes what he was missing. He didn't feel important. But if they make him feel like he's the guy, he's the straw that stirs the stick, I think he'll really come through for him.
I love that you bring this up because I think there was a misconception perhaps that because J.T. Miller was so intense that because he and Elias Pettersson reportedly didn't get along, that might mean that Pettersson wasn't as competitive. But just because you're not intense doesn't mean you're not competitive.
No, and JT had the louder voice, so everybody heard of him. But I remember after that he said, I want to kill penalties because he wasn't and I'm taking over last place club, and it's like, okay, you can kill penalties, and he did great. But the more you showed him how important he was to you, the better he performed. And so I think if Adam does that, and I think he'll really come through for them because I think he's a great player. I don't know if the 13 pounds is
yeah, you think it's good or bad?
I don't know.
Oh.
Because first of all, he's not the greatest skater in the world. So that's my first thing is 13 pounds.
Right.
But if it's good weight, he's going to be stronger in the corner, stronger on the puck, and he's still going to have his brain, which is great. So I hope the best for him. I think he's a great kid. He's not a kid anymore, but a great player.
It's going to be a very important season for him. Hope you come back and hang out. This has just been awesome having you on here.
I love hanging out with you.
And next time I'll make sure I get Hound Dog out here with the umbrella. He'll just follow you around every golf tournament you go to.
Well, I just look, holy smokes. I can't go in the sun for a month now just so my face I look like Bob Murray on a good day.
Bob Murray. Thanks, Bruce.
Anytime.